The Kalita Wave, an iconic brewer that put flat papers on the map. Today I'm going to show you our go-to recipe. Now keep in mind that today I'm going to be brewing with the larger size, but you can very easily and comfortably swap this recipe or scale it down to suit the smaller size brewer, the 155. We love brewing with the Kalita because it's a little bit more forgiving of a brewer, and we love the sweet and round cups that it's capable of producing. First of all, as always, we're going to start by rinsing our paper filter. And today we're going to be using a 1:16.67 ratio, and we're going to be using boiling water as always as well. For this brewer, I don't like to brew with much less than 30 grams of coffee. That's simply because in this size, I find much less can lead to a bit of stalling, whereas if you're using 30 grams or more, the brews tend to come out a little bit quicker and a little bit tastier as well. For your grind size, you want to be grinding at the coarser end of your standard filter grind range. On the Breville, that's around the 53 mark on the dial. Add our coffee into the bed, tear off your scales, and we'll start the timer, and we'll start by pouring 90 grams to saturate everything. Once you're done, give it a very, very gentle swirl. You want to minimize your agitation a little bit with this brewer, as that can also lead to a bit of stalling, but most of the time it's pretty fine anyway, so just be very gentle when you're agitating. Once we've poured our first pour, we're just going to wait until the 45-second mark before we introduce any more water. Once we're at the 45-second mark, we're going to fill up to 320 grams. Once again, I'm pouring relatively gently and pouring quite close to the bed as well. Once we've reached there, we're just going to wait for about 20 to 30 seconds after finishing that pour before introducing any more water. So now at the 1:30 mark, I'm going to introduce my final pour, just moving in circles in the center of the bed. And today we're filling up for a total of 500 grams. Once we're done, we're going to give it a very, very gentle swirl, just to help catch some of the coffee grinds that sit inside the waves. This is also going to help settle the bed nice and flat, which means the water is going to pass through very evenly. It's always good to have your water pass through the coffee as evenly as possible, and we love this brewer because it makes it very easy to accomplish that. Generally, with the larger size Kalita, I like to aim for a brew time of under 3 minutes, just to help bring out a little bit more clarity and a little bit more clear flavors in the cup. With this brew method, when the brews get a little bit long, sometimes that can mean the flavor is going to be a little bit more muddled. But like I always say, taste first, see if you like it, and then you can always go from there. Because most of the time, if you have a nice coffee and a consistent brewing device, you're going to have some pretty good results. And that's it. That's our simple Kalita guide. As I said, you can scale this recipe up and down. You can use different ratios if you like. And if you do try this recipe at home, let us know how you go in the comments. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you next time.